New Testament miracles have the ability to turn into prophecy if you know what to look for. It starts, Behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. My little daughter lieth at the point of death. I pray thee, come and lay thy hands on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live. We jump down to verse 25. And a certain woman which had an issue of blood 12 years, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and was nothing better, but rather grew worse, when she had heard of Jesus, came in the press behind, and touched his garment. For she said, If I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. Why use the word plague? Why was it while they were in motion? Why was the number of years she suffered mentioned, 12 years? Who took the woman's wealth away? Question. How did the Hebrews, living in the richest land in ancient Egypt, become poor slaves? The story is not told in the Bible. Pharaoh giving up on trying to murder the Hebrew baby boys by way of the midwives, we would call late-term abortion, and having the military slay them, we would call post-birth abortion. When the midwives prevented his plans, Pharaoh did not give up. He found another way to eliminate them, through his sorcerers. It was in the flesh pots that they loved so well. If only we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots and ate our fill of bread. In Egypt, the Hebrew slaves were being slowly poisoned by the things they loved to eat. How do we know this is true? Because our modern-day pharaohs are doing it the same way in our time. Where do you think they learned how to do it? The American companies learned how to perfect it in the experiments done by the German Nazis in the death camps. Who do you think the German scientists were getting paid by? The Nazi scientists were paid to conduct those tests by American companies. This is recorded in war records recovered from the camps. Today, those American companies of the 1940s are the American corporations of today. 3,471 years ago, heaven had the answer to cure the Hebrews. It was the manna. This event in St. Mark's chapter 5 is about the physicians making the woman's condition worse, not better. The root word of pharmacy comes from the ancient Greek word pharmakein, which means a drug, charm, or enchantment. Those items are used in sorcery. The 12 years she suffered the plague are a clue for the 12 tribes, and this woman's healing happened while they were in motion. In the Exodus, the manna was eaten, and their healing came while the 12 tribes were heading home. In verse 34, Jesus even calls her affliction a plague, which ties it prophetically into the time period of the Exodus. In verse 42, Mark inserts again, and straightway the damsel rose and walked, for she was of the age of 12 years. Why give her age here? He was ending the story, and probably without him knowing it, he was led to restate the number 12 here. So a time span 12 was repeated twice. No big deal, right? Well, no big deal unless the two back-to-back healing events are part of a New Testament prophecy. 1. The woman had had the issue of blood for 12 years. 2. The age of the damsel was 12 years. The woman with the issue was alive, but dying. The damsel was young, but asleep, needing to be awakened. There is a connection here between these two women and their miracles. The tribe of Judah is alive, but hemorrhaging unto death. And Ezekiel's valley of dry bones gives us the second connection. The 10 tribes are dead, but prophecy says they're just sleeping. Just as the Hebrew slaves needed healing because of the ancient Egyptian sorcerers, modern-day Americans need healing from the modern-day American sorcerers. The scientists and their sales teams, the PhDs, you've heard that history repeats itself. The Americans, as well as the Britons, will find that healing in the manna that falls during the biblically prophesied second Exodus. For further information on this topic, please go to our website, 2exodus.com. God bless you. This is Dan Griffey.